People often ask me the same 5 questions. They ask me about money, they ask me about discipline, they ask me about success, they ask me about prestige, and finally, they ask me what I would tell a 30-year-old man who wants to build an extraordinary life. Instead of answering each person separately, tonight I will answer all 5 at once. And the first question is always about financial freedom. People think financial freedom means expensive cars, private planes, or luxurious villas. They are wrong. Those things are only consequences. Financial freedom is waking up in the morning knowing that nobody owns your time. Money is not the objective. Freedom is. I always looked at wealth with a very simple formula. Income minus expenses equals savings. Savings multiplied by time, multiplied by compound interest equals freedom. Most people underestimate compound interest because they only think in months. Winners think in decades. Imagine investing 1,000 euros every month for 30 years at an average annual return of 10%. You do not end up with 360,000 euros. You end up with almost 2 million because money begins working harder than you do. That is the moment your life changes. Build assets, not liabilities. Own businesses, investments, and opportunities that continue producing value while you sleep. Never depend on one salary. The person with one source of income has one source of risk. The person with 5 sources of income has options. Freedom is always built through options. The second question is about motivation and discipline. Motivation is exciting, but discipline is profitable. Motivation comes and goes. Discipline stays. There is a principle I love. Improve just 1% every day. It sounds insignificant. But after 1 year, because improvement compounds, you are not 365% better. You are almost 38 times better than when you started. Think about that. 38 times. Extraordinary lives are built through tiny improvements repeated consistently. I never waited until I felt inspired. I worked when I was energetic. I worked when I was tired. I worked after victories and after defeats. Every promise you keep to yourself builds confidence. Every excuse destroys it. Discipline is simply choosing your future over your comfort. Winners are not always smarter. They are simply more consistent. Consistency always defeats intensity over the long run. The third question is about success. People expect one magical secret. There isn't one. Success is thousands of intelligent decisions repeated over many years. I always believed optimism was a competitive advantage. While others saw problems, I searched for opportunities. While others waited for certainty, I acted despite uncertainty. Every mistake became tuition. Every setback became education. People often see only the result. They never see the years behind it. When I acquired AC Milan,